Alright guys, I'm here with my buddy Jason Fletcher, or Fletch, from All Things Overlanding, as you might know. So he just got this cool new rig behind me and I'm going to let him go ahead and tell you about it. All right, so hey guys, my name is Fletch, Jason Fletcher, or Fletch, whatever you prefer. Most of my friends call me Fletch, but I have a YouTube channel also called All Things Overlanding, where I talk about gear reviews, a lot of gear review stuff, newbie overlander type stuff. Got a podcast too on all the major podcast channels, so definitely check that out as well. But I recently just picked up this 2023 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. I'm a Nissan guy, so if you like Nissans, this is also a good place for you. But previously had a second gen truck, and then before that an Xterra, and they were great trucks. Great trucks, lasted for a long time, had a ton of miles on them. But with my last Frontier, had about 218,000 miles on it. So it was getting a little bit older, a little bit less reliable than I like. So I ended up upgrading to the new truck, and I love it. It's a fantastic truck. So as far as the rig itself goes, it's pretty minimal right now because I've only had it for about 3 months now. But I do have a 2-inch lift on it from All Dogs Off-Road, big Nissan brand that builds suspension stuff for us Nissan guys. So it does have a 2-inch lift, still on stock tires right now. I'm going to be upgrading to 33 by 12.5-inch tires. Kenda RTs is kind of what I'm eyeing for those, but those will be coming soon. Got a couple of Novasight ditch lights up here. Got my Midland ghost antenna for my GMRS. I have an MXT 275 GMRS unit in the truck that's just permanently mounted. So like on this trip, it's been great to keep in comms with Hunter and everybody else on the trip. So then moving back, again, pretty stock for the most part. I did remove the side steps because they suck. I've got sliders for my second gen and full armor, even though the Pro 4X comes with the sort of default stuff. It's really thin armor, it's just not great. So I do have some 3/16 inch steel and aluminum skids at home that I'm gonna be putting on this, and then full sliders. Just didn't have time before this trip. So that's coming. And then moving back here, I've got an OVS 180 awning mounted to my extrusion overland rack, which I've actually been a big fan of, although on this trip we did push it a little bit too hard and I actually ripped it out of the channel. Once I looked at it though, figured out that I had it incorrectly installed, so I'll take full blame for that. We got it reinstalled, fixed it, and it's been great ever since. We've still been throwing it around on these trails and it's been doing great. But super customizable, right? It's all just extrusion based channel, so you can mount stuff everywhere, but they've got these super awesome mounts for the awnings that actually pull it out, so then you can mount a rooftop tent without offsetting it a ton. So got this OVS 180 on this extrusion rack. Have this Otzi trash bag that I just kind of hung in here for this trip to get it out of the way. Since this is a new truck, my old truck had a rear mounted spare, so I had a trash bag on that. Don't have that on the new truck, so I hung this in here to get it out of the way. Just picked up this new, this is called a Nature Nest. It's kind of like a Falcon, Roof Nest Falcon knockoff, but it was about 1,600 bucks, and it's kind of awesome. I've spent the last week plus in it and a couple nights before that, and it's been great. Mounted a Renogy 100-watt solar panel on the roof that runs into a Plano crate in the back of my bed here, and that is my secondary battery. So I do have a Red Arc system in the truck that's powering the dual battery setup. So basically most of the stuff runs off the starter battery, and then all my accessories run off this. The solar keeps my secondary battery charged up. My fridge runs off the secondary battery. So speaking of that, we've got a fridge back here that I mounted on top of these drawers. Did custom build these drawers myself. So there are two drawers here. They're both equal size, but they're very heavy, but they're very big. So I've got pretty much all my gear in here between these two drawers, which just makes it really easy to carry everything that you need. There's still room for jerry cans on the side, so I've got one 5-gallon jerry on each side plus a water jug there. Got this Nightlight strobe bar, which Hunter really loves because he's been behind me the whole trip. But today, especially as you can see, it's been pretty dusty, so it actually turned out to be a pretty good thing because we could not see each other at all in the dust, but you just turn that on and it makes it a lot more visible. As far as the fridge goes, picked up some firewood here I gotta move, but mounted this fridge slide. This is my Iceco JP50 fridge with matching slide, and I mounted it to a scrap piece of wood and then built sort of a slide tilt, which I'll show you here. So there's a hinge on the front and then limiting straps on the back. But basically you slide it out, it starts to tilt, and then the straps hold it at the back, but then you have full access to your fridge really easily from the back of the truck. You can see into it, reach into it, get your beer, whatever you need to get. So that's one of my favorite inexpensive mods that I've done to the truck, probably, aside from the drawer system. And then over here on the other side of the extrusion rack, they've got some sort of molly panels, and I've got a Fisker's axe, which I love, and a little Reaper shovel that I mounted to those as well, and then a 5-pound propane tank back in there. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's the basics, but again, for this trip, it's done pretty well. So yeah, so that is pretty much it for my 2023 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. Again, tons of mods to come for it. I'm super excited to modify this truck. I love having the new truck and all the nice features and technology in it and the reliability that comes with it. Also, my gas mileage increased pretty dramatically from the old truck, so that was kind of nice too. But again, if you want to see more on this truck, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Come check me out, All Things Overlanding. Thanks, Hunter.